Welcome to the Business Buyer Diaries. My name is Nathan Platter. I'm a full-time employee, and I bought a business. I did everything right, from finding the deal, handling all the due diligence on 63 opportunities, and ultimately bought a profitable gym. And boy was I in for a big surprise as a new owner. I chronicled everything in real time, including the biggest wins to the stressful nights at 2 a.m. I'm sharing my journey without sugarcoating anything, so you don't make the same mistakes that I did. Here's today's episode. What a day. I am physically tired, and I had one workout. So the gist of it, I didn't do a podcast to start the day. So yeah, this is gonna be quite the drop. So manager, he's gone way too fast. He's gone way too much. He's been like, go. Everything's in my head. I'm gonna get this all done. Blah. And so 7 days into the new role, and he's like burnt out. And so I'm like, hey, dude, take a breather. I'll cover both shifts tomorrow. I don't know how. I'm going to find a way to do it. Rest, recover, and promise me you'll treat this like a marathon and not a sprint. Okay? Today, and I told him like yesterday, hey, just so you know, this is a marathon, not a sprint. We're not gonna treat this like a sprint. We're not allowed to. We can have like a quick ramp up. Cool, that's fine. Because we're kind of shorthanded. We're kind of still like proving to people that we're supposed to be here. But you're not allowed to go overboard, because I can't be your plan B. Like, I can do a lot, but I can't be your plan B. We need to like rebuild like a solid foundation here. So anyhow, yesterday, worked some shifts. Today I worked the 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. shift, which technically I got there at 4:15 until 11, and then I worked my day job from 11 to 4. And I worked on it a little bit during the gym shifts, but you're still like sidetracked to an extent because people are needing some updates. People want to change things, and so anyhow, like by the time it's 11 a.m., I'm like, all right, it's been a good work day. And now it's time to like go work the day job. And so when I start a grocery store, I go to the grocery store, I work that job. I worked that for like 6 hours. I had to head home because I forgot some stuff, and the Wi-Fi was ultra slow. So I had to head home to finish off the day job. And then I had the night shift, and I came in for the night shift yet again. Well, not yet again, but like I came back to the studio yet again the same day and worked the 4 to 7:30 shift. And it's just a long day, and I'm noticing I'm a systems, partnerships, delegation, consistent process kind of person. And so just I'm noticing like here's an example. One thing I'm noticing is a member came into the studio and said, hey, I talked to this person and I sent this person a DM, I sent an email here, I left a voicemail on the phone line. I'm going to be out for like a month and a half. Can I just pause my membership for a month? Yeah, absolutely. Totally can do that. Very doable. No problem. We got this. But now there's like 4 different ways that communication has been brought in. And there's no one way that we're processing these tickets. And when I say ticket, I think of it in like an IT center. So like in the big tech world, if you're like, hey, I forgot my password, or I need a new laptop. You submit a ticket, it goes into like a queue or a line of some sort, and now like the folks are able to process all the grunt work that it takes to process these requests. Sometimes you have to push back and say, no, I can't do that, or yes, I can do that, or yep, I'll do it next week, or I'll do it like right now. But there's an order to how everything is handled, first to last, high priority to low priority. And there's a flow, so that when people log in the next day, they know what they're working on, they know what's outstanding, they know what needs to get taken care of. It's easy. And in this one particular case, the member just doesn't know. Like, they don't know if they've been heard, if we're taking care of it, if it's like confirmed and done, so they don't have to keep reminding us. But now I'm seeing like, okay, no wonder why it's easy to get overwhelmed. Historically, what the norm at the studio has been is if there's stuff remaining to do, you do it on an end of day Facebook post to like a private group. It's like, oh, this member needs this person needs a new credit card, this person needs a freeze on their membership. And then it's also put in a Post-it note. And then it's typed up somewhere on some sheet in like a Word document. And then like on our weekly meeting on Mondays, we go through these. So like we hear about the one issue 4 different ways. And so like today, there's 5 issues that need to get handled. And that's just because they haven't been handled. These things don't have to start until like someone's not going to be out for a month until like next month. And so there's like 5 or 6 of these things that need to get taken care of over the next 30 days. Our team has been contacted 4 or 5 times about each of these 4 or 5 issues. So now it's like 25 alerts. And so of course, like our alarm bells are going off. Like this is fight or flight. This is stressful. This is anxious. The problem is we don't have a smooth way to process, log, handle, and then confirm that the thing has been done. And that's the important thing, the confirmation that it's done. And so something I did today, like I processed, like people bought some protein and some like a beef stick. It's easy to just like process it and then it's not handled, but I click the button like send email receipt. Boom, it's done. Now the member knows it's done. We know it's done. That thing is off our plates. No follow-up from here. If there was an issue, like we charged the wrong credit card or the bank instead of the card, all right, that's a new ticket. That's a new ask to be handled of. And I think that's why there hasn't been a structure on taking tickets in like this. And so it's not perfect. It's not the way we're going to do it, but I just wrote down, all right, I have like 10 sticky notes, emails, voicemails. I have all these things. I just grabbed a piece of paper, like a printer paper. I wrote out the member's name, what they're asking for, and what needs to happen. I left it in the locked room, and it's going to be handled by the manager who's on duty tomorrow morning. I just didn't have time to finish them out, and I didn't know how to do it, so it's kind of 2 issues there. But now all there is there's 5 check boxes. If the manager on duty can handle 5 check boxes, boom, entire queue is taken care of. We have no more immediate asks, and this overwhelming, stressful role is stress-free. I was able to do some goofy things today. Like we have here's another thing I'm noticing is like bringing something to completion. So I had probably like 20 things on my to-do list, on my hit list, and I was going to do just one thing, only focus on one thing. And if I get a distraction, I write it up, put it off to the side, and I'm now going to come back to my one thing. So like we bought some really cool, like an ironworks thing. It says like the name of the studio and then like a picture of boxing gloves, and it lights up on the wall. It's kind of like a man cave kind of wall decoration. We've had it for like 4 months. We just don't have the right electrical adapter to plug it into the wall. It's a weird adapter. I know what it is, but we just haven't ordered it. And it's been sitting there, and that's on the queue list over and over. So I said, all right, I'm going to knock this out. And so member needs the billing date changed. They need to change the membership type. Someone wants to get their credit card on file. I'm like, cool, we'll get that done. Write it down on the piece of paper, put it to the side, go straight back to the Ironworks logo thing. I figured out what the missing extension cord was, went on Amazon, bought it, boom, done. And that's going to make the place look amazing. And just by doing one thing at a time, I set up a new security camera, got the Ironworks thing up. I cleared out the phone queue, the retail queue, like got all those in by drowning out the noise, saying, okay, I'm going to get all this out of my head, out of our intake system. I'm going to put it into one spot. That's the key. I don't think it should be a piece of paper. Someone could spill water on it or throw it in the trash, and boom, now we don't know what we're working on. So yeah, it's not the solution, but it's a starting solution. So just by being in the weeds and seeing the chaos, and then having a background of how to handle intakes, chaos, lots of distractions, Amy will say, nope, I'm going to do one thing, finish it to completion, and I'm not going to do anything else until this thing is done. And having a way to gauge how long it's going to take me to do, like 30 minutes, an hour, 4 days, just knowing how to one thing at a time. I think that's the key to prevent burnout and overwhelm. The The current management team is decently good, but they're very scattered. The management team that I've had, because people have come in and rotated out, I think a common theme, and I don't know why, but I think a common theme is a lack of being able to take everything in and put it all into one simple task list. Super basic, check boxes, write out the to-dos every day. And then if something's important, add it to the checklist. If it's no longer really important, forget about it. Leave it off the checklist. Out of your head, one thing at a time. I'll stop there because I've made the point over and over. I think that's the way to stay sane, get our time back, and prep people for a winning morning. So that's where we're at. That's where we're going. Let's rock and roll. This has been another episode of the Business Buyer Diaries. Subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. I hope you're realizing that business ownership is no cakewalk. Check the podcast notes for a link to the DIY due diligence program, the complete list of show sponsors, and for media inquiries. Music written and composed by Wes Schrock. I'm your host, Nathan Platter. Join me again on the next one.